Hello and welcome to another episode of Bowling Going. I am Joe, sometimes known as Merlin, and I've got the film fanatics here with me. Got Dan.
Hey.
Got Justin.
Howdy.
And today we're going to talk about what series, gentlemen?
Deep Space Nine.
All right. And
DS9.
DS9. I always like to say DS9.
Yeah.
Saves time.
It's the thing to do.
Sounds cooler.
Yeah.
And we're going to talk about, what's his name? The Storyteller?
The Storyteller. I'd like to wish everyone a happy 50th. We're recording today on the 50th anniversary of Star Trek, which is a huge deal, obviously.
Oh, yeah, just a little bit.
I learned a lot of things today. I was reading the different articles. I learned that Nichelle Nichols was urged by Martin Luther King to stay on the show. She was going to leave to go back to the stage.
Didn't know about that.
No, but it explains why the Nichelle Nichols singing hour is such a big deal.
Yeah, man, because she wanted to use this as a stage
that was
effect.
Her.
Yeah.
Yeah, so good for her. All right, so let's dive into Deep Space Nine with the Storyteller. So there's two main plots here that both deal with the Bajoran.
Of course.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't they?
Hey.
Of course.
So the first one, or the main one, I guess I should say, O'Brien and Bashir go on a relief mission to the planet to deal with this weirdo cloud thing that threatens to destroy the entire village.
Must shoot cloud.
And O'Brien is designated the one, which means he's the only one that can really
the holy man.
The holy, yeah,
As
the Christ figure.
And by the way, on Bajor,
as
basically, if somebody randomly decides that you are the savior of Bajor, you are. There's no way out.
Wow. Well, that
dear.
showcased here for sure.
I believe it.
And then back on the Deep Space Station, Sisko is mediator in a conflict between two rival factions of the Bajorans. And the leader of one side is this hot girl that Nog is into.
Oh, yeah.
So him and Jake try and befriend her. This is a bad episode. I mean, it's just not good.
Do you know why it's bad, though, Dan?
One of my least favorite.
I have a theory. Just one little piece. Just to offer as you're making your little review.
If I could say one word of why it's bad.
It's DS9, and what are they doing this episode that they don't really do?
Going away.
They went to a planet, didn't they? They went to a classic TOS planet.
Well, they went to a TOS planet, and somehow, 30 years after the fact, the effects look just the same on that cloud. The effects were terrible.
Oh, that 90s CGI.
So why leave the base? Or, why stay on the base?
Yeah.
When you've got two obnoxious kids running around throwing oatmeal at each other to try and impress this girl.
But you like kids, Dan.
Normally, yeah, like literally my favorite episode of DS9 thus far was that Nog Jake episode where he's tutoring him and it's very sweet, very cute. Yeah, the Negus. This they're not acting like their age. I know girls make boys do dumb things, but they act like they're more Nog than Jake. But Nog is acting like he's 6 years old in this episode.
Well, to be fair, Nog is very spoiled.
Yes.
That's fine, but Richie Rich doesn't do that.
That's because Richie Rich is nicer than Nog.
Well, I'm learning this.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, this is it's not good.
Well, I will say this. If you liked or rather didn't like the Jake Nog drama, there's some of that in the future. Wait till they become roommates.
I don't mind if there's drama. What I mind is when it turns into an episode of Grace Under Fire halfway through the show. It's like, I come here for sci-fi. Okay, you're off on a planet. That's very sci-fi. Mysterious cloud. You're the Christ figure. These are all themes that are known to track.
Yeah.
And then puberty subplot.
And then I'm halfway through an episode of The Nanny, and I'm like, where did this come from? It just didn't make any sense. The one thing I will say that was sort of interesting was the Brooks and the girl. The girl being the leader of the one faction. Like, I thought that was kind of interesting, their interplay. And then her even kind of defending, what the boys were doing to a degree. So that part was good. But, boy, I mean, this one stinks. It's a D for me.
Oh, wow. Justin, you like DS9 a little more typically?
I do, typically. Though this one does something that I truly, truly loathe on television. And that is create random conflicts to generate drama just where there absolutely is none. This starts off with implying that O'Brien has held some hostility towards Bashir for the past 10 episodes, and I'm just thinking, where was this? Why is this happening? Oh, you hate me. I have not gotten that impression. We're probably halfway through season 1. Like,
it's a little forced. That's true.
Yeah, it's like, oh well.
Though, to be fair, perhaps he's channeling with catharsis what the audience feels about Bashir. Yeah,
I'm not a huge fan.
Here's the interesting thing, though, about that, Joe.
Okay.
Up to this point, I'd say 90% of the time, Bashir's sole purpose has been to hit on Dax.
Yeah.
And I get it. That's him. He's trying to be the eligible bachelor. The other 10%...
Riker, Kirk. I mean, every series has one, you know.
Yeah. No, it's fair. It's fair. This episode, he does not do that. And it's bizarre. And
well, he wasn't on the base, though.
He wasn't near her.
Fair point. Fair point.
He had to, try to move the cloud.
No, I kept waiting for the,
cloud.
Do you know anything about Dax? Do you know if she has any favorite things? And, but instead we get the weird O'Brien-Bashir buddy comedy. And it doesn't even remotely work.
Well,
it's painful.
Interesting you say that, because their friendship does become a budding center in the show later on.
Justin's going to look forward to that.
I know.
Oh, I can't wait. No.
Just like I'm looking forward to Saved by the Bell, the Nog years.
These are recurring elements.
If they become roommates, man, I can't.
That is a very similar kind of issue.
I mean, I'm sure this will probably get better, but for right now, it's just like, if you're going to have a conflict, at least have some build up to said conflict, not just this randomly happened. Because I didn't even remotely buy it, even when it was going on. Mm-hmm. When they finally get down to that part of it, I thought it's hokey, but it's also Trek-ish, so I could kind of forgive it for that. Some of the political subtext I did appreciate. It didn't entirely gel. I couldn't say I found it engaging. The whole Nog thing was incredibly forced. I'm not sure if I hated it as much as Dan did, but...
Well, your bar wasn't set as high as mine, though. I mean, I really like these characters.
Oh, yeah,
The fact that they descend into this is, ridiculous.
Yeah. But, I mean, this was just an incredibly, incredibly underwhelming episode. I don't think there was any real chance of it being good, but, I mean, I could at least see it being kind of passable if they had spent a little more time on it. I'd probably say D+.
Okay. Well, I liked it a little more new guys, I guess. I actually have to say this episode is... very, very thrown together, for sure. There's
without question.
A lot of little things going on that individually I think are kind of interesting, but as a cohesive episode, it doesn't flow very well. Mm-hmm. I mean, maybe because I know these characters a little more, I kind of give it a little more of a pass, but yeah, it's a weak first season episode for DS9, but I mean, I've seen weaker stuff still. I think that I do like some of the political stuff with Cisco. I thought that kind of the interplay with the woman and...
The only part that was even remotely interesting for me.
That was easily the best part. The Jake Knox stuff, yeah, they're annoying, but okay, girls, I guess.
Yeah, stupid kids, we get it.
Stupid kids, I could live with it. And I have to confess, the O'Brien Bashir going down to the planet and dealing with the weird travel stuff, it's very hokey TOS, but I kind of like that, because it's like, all right, passing to the torch kind of thing, and DS9 does that from time to time, they'll give you that sense, and Next Gen does that in abundance.
Well, yeah, of course.
As you've seen, but
yeah.
I kind of like it. I acknowledge a little bit of the feel of the past. So it's not a great episode, but I think it's okay. I leave it with a C-.
Okay.
It's all right.
A little bit higher.
Yeah.
A little higher.
Yeah.
It's like
you've got more to compare it to, also.
I mean, I will say, guys, it's funny because the things that you guys don't like are things that become established elements of the show for these characters, but it does get much better.
So the O'Brien Bashir buddy hour.
Yeah, he's saying they become
they become very good friends.
Murtaugh and Riggs over there,
and they do the funny little bits we're gonna go do this. How is the thing? There'll be tons of those. And like I said, Nog, Jake, they get their friend drama.
Look, I love that they're friends.
Yeah,
I mean, they were just acting like sheer idiots.
Well, sometimes they do that. People act like idiots sometimes.
They do, but these are 16-year-olds, not 10. I mean, when Bart Simpson does it, okay, he's in 4th grade.
Well,
boys will be boys.
Yeah, right. Boys will be boys. Okay, well now you're boys to men here. You're 16, 17. I'm all around the era. All my references on Deep Space Nine are very 1993. You'll notice.
That's very good.
Anyway, yeah. I mean, if they're gonna act like teenagers, then fine.
All right. Did you hate them going to the planet, though, Dan? Really?
No, I didn't hate it. I just... The awful, awful effects on the cloud.
there is a TOS episode where they do fight a cloud on a planet, which is a good episode. But they, of course, use practical effects where it's like a fog machine that's focused on one area. I think it looked better than the thing in this.
Probably did. I mean, this looked
Giant
rough.
CGI space fart.
Yeah, not quite ready.
Yeah.
But I will tell you, the CGI does get better too, progressively.
Okay. Interesting.
As you'd hope it would, like from 93 to 99. But yeah, guys, that was the Storyteller, and next time we're going to talk about Voyager, and it'll be a fun time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Usually isn't.
So I'm going to say goodbye, and you guys can as well.
See ya.
Take it easy.
Take it easy.
And take us out.
And take us out, Mr. Sulu. But take your time with it. I will, sir.